Hello students, in previous video we are starting a topic material we use. In that we study the toothpaste and detergents. Okay, in that toothpaste we have to study the different ingredients present in the toothpaste and their function. For example, calcium carbonate, calcium hydrogen phosphate and fluorides are the main ingredients present in our toothpaste and their role in our toothpaste. Next point we have to discuss about the detergents. What is meant by detergents and what is the role of the detergents and how the detergent molecules work on our cloth and how the dirt and soil particles remove from our cloth. Okay, the important ingredients present in the detergents, they are mainly potassium, salt and fatty acid. Okay, after that we discuss about the soap and different particles present in the soap and their working mechanism. Means in last video we have discussed about the toothpaste, detergents and soaps. Okay, now we are discuss about the preparation of soap. Okay, the preparation of soap, the different material we have to require for, that is sodium hydroxide, then coconut oil, salt, perfumes, water, mold, glass rod. Instead of this, tripod stand is required and burner is also required. These are the material we have to use in the preparation of soap. Then let's see the procedure of preparation of soap. Okay, first is take a beaker and in that beaker 60 ml coconut oil is taken. Instead of this, dissolve sodium hydroxide in a water and mix into the oil. Next, stir with the glass rod up to 10 to 12 minutes. After that, add 15 grams salt into it. Separate the soap and add the perfumes. Okay, in the beaker we have to first take 60 ml coconut oil. In the next beaker we have to add or mix sodium hydroxide into the water. Okay, the coconut oil put up the burners and start heating. After 10 to 12 minutes you have to add sodium hydroxide solution into the oil with the help of stirring. The important precaution for this, the oil should not be boiled. We have to stir continuously and add sodium hydroxide into the oil. After some times you have to add salt into it. After adding salt, the chemical reaction take place into the beaker and the soap float on the water. We have to separate the floating chemical on the water into the mold. Then add the perfumes. Okay, you have to select it. After that your soap is ready for using your day-to-day life. Student, hope you understand this procedure of soap preparation. Okay, let's start a new point, that is cement. Okay, after that you have to discuss the preparation of soap again. In the above process, the fat and alkali combine to form a salt and fatty acid. Chemically, soap is a sodium, potassium, salt and fatty acid. Means chemically, soap is nothing but the combination of sodium, potassium, salt and fatty acid, which does not bad effect on our skin. Okay, let's try this activity in your home with the help of guidance of your parents. Okay, let's see the next point, that is cement. Students, the next important material we have to use in day-to-day life, that is cement. Okay, let's discuss about the properties of cement. After that we have to discuss some question. First question is, what are the material used for construction? What are the material used for the construction? Okay, we have to use the different material like rocks, then soil, then blocks, pillars, as well as cement for the construction. Okay, rocks, soil, cement, bricks, the different materials are used in a construction. Next question is, which of the house seen in the pictures here have a strong structure and why? Some pictures are given here and you have to tell us which construction is a strong and why. Coming to the first picture. In the first picture, the construction is made up of with the help of soil. This construction is not a strong because the soil particles does not hold the strong particles. Okay, therefore the soil houses are not a strong structure. Coming to the next picture. In the next picture, the house is made up of plant-made material. These houses are not strong. As we compare the first and second picture, the both houses are not strong. When the earthquake is come, the both houses are collapsed rapidly because the structure is not strong. Coming to the third picture, either this structure is strong, yes, this structure is a very strong. This is not collapse, either volcanoes, okay, or earthquake. This structure is very strong because this house is made up of with the help of cement. Okay, then what is mean by cement? Okay, cement is an important material used in a construction. The sheets, blocks, pillars, pipes are made up from the concrete produced by the cement. Okay, the cement is the important material for the construction of houses or any other construction. With the help of cements, the all particles of the stones, blocks, pillars are held. Okay, for this construction is a very strong, does not collapse with the help of earthquake. Okay, then what is mean by cement exactly and what components present in the cements? Let's see. Okay, the cement is a dry greenish grey colored powder which is made up of very finest particle. Okay, cement is a dry greenish powder and it is particles present in the cement is a very fine or small. Next point, the silica, aluminium, lime, iron oxide, magnesia, these particles are present in our cement. In short, the cement is made up of silica, aluminium, lime, iron oxide and magnesia. Okay, next is the Portal cement. Now, a Portal cement widely used for the construction. In the Portal cement is made up of 60% lime, 25% silica, 5% alumina, iron oxide and gypsum. So, nowadays this Portal cement is widely used in a construction. In ancient time, the Roman had made a cement as well as a concrete. In this, they are used the volcanic ash into the cement and making a liquid ash or liquid cement, and this is nothing but a concrete. But after some time in 1756, the British government developed a new technique for making a liquid cement or concrete, and this is nothing but a aqueous cement. Okay student, hope you understand. The cement is an important material used in our day-to-day life for construction purpose. Cement is nothing but a finest grey colored powder. It mainly composed of silica, aluminium, lime, iron oxide and magnesium. Instead of these, the Portal cement is now widely used in the construction person. Okay, this Portal cement is made up of 60% lime, 25% silica, 5% alumina, iron oxide and gypsum. Okay, now let's discuss about what is mean by concrete. The concrete is nothing but preparation by mixture of cement, water and sand or gravel. For making strong and leak-proof slab, the certain substances are mixed into concrete. Okay, dear student, concrete is nothing but a mixture of cement, water and gravel. With the help of concrete, our slab does not be leak. So, if you see any construction site, you have to observe how the concrete is formed or preparation of concrete, and how is it work? Dear student, this is the today's important point. Today we are discuss about how the soap is prepared. Okay, soap is the mainly alkali and combines to a salt to form a fatty acid. So chemically soap is nothing but the fatty acid and sodium potassium salt. After that we discuss about the cement production and concrete, and also discuss the chemicals present in the cement and concrete and their different role. Now we have to discuss some question and answer present in your exercise. Here we have to complete it topic number 15, material we use. Okay, let's discuss some question and answer present in your exercise. Coming to the first question, fill in the blanks or fill the appropriate terms in the blanks. The first question is, the substance that help water to remove dirt from the surface of material is called dash dash. Okay, I read the question again. The substance that help water to remove dirt from the surface of the material is called dash dash. Your answer is detergent. Okay, answer of first question is detergent. Second question, fluoride is used in toothpaste to prevent tooth decaying. Okay, answer of second question is tooth decaying. Third question, soap is a salt of dash dash and sodium hydroxide. Okay, soap is a salt of fatty acid and sodium hydroxide. Next question is, synthetic detergents can be used in a dash dash water as a well. Answer is, synthetic detergents can be used in hard water as a well. Next question, for a construction purpose dash dash cement is most commonly used cement. Your answer is Portland cement. For construction purpose, Portland cement is the most commonly used cement. Okay, now let's see the answer again. The answer of first question is detergent. Answer of second question is tooth decaying. Answer of third question is fatty acid. Fourth question is hard. And last question answer is Portland cement. Okay, hope you understand all the question and answer in exercise. Here question number 1 is completed. Okay, let's discuss the question number 2. Question number 2 is, write answer to the following question. In that, the first question is, how does the use of detergent help to clean soiled cloth? How does the use of detergents help to clean a soiled cloth? Answer of this question is, detergents are used to clean dirt and oily stain on our clothes. The molecules of detergents having a long structure, in one end of this molecule it holds the oil particle and another end helps hold the water molecule. This is the important property of the detergent molecule. This molecule hold on the water molecule on of one end and oil molecule into the other end. Due to this, the oil mixes in the water and it can easily come out the cloth along with the dirt. The soiled cloth thus become a clean due to the detergents. Okay, let's see the answer again. How does use of detergent help to clean a soiled cloth? The detergents are used to clean the oily substances or soiled cloth with the help of detergent. The molecule of detergent hold fat molecule at one end and water molecule with the other end. With the help of this property, all the dirt particles and soil particles easily mix into the water and our cloth will be cleaned. Okay, this is the answer of this question. You have to solve remaining questions in your notebook. Okay, let's see the question number 3. What are the similarities and differences between? In that, the 4 questions are present. We solve the first question, the natural detergents and man-made detergents. What is mean by natural detergents? They are made up of naturally, and man-made detergent is made by the human being. It is the first point of differentiation. The natural detergents are made up of naturally, and man-made detergents are made up by human being. Okay, second point, the natural detergents mainly composed of saponin chemicals, and man-made detergent consist of additives like perfume, dyes, germicide, alcohol, anti-foaming agent, etc. Next, natural detergents do not have any harmful effect on the skin, but man-made detergents can harmful our skin. Next point is, the natural detergents do not pollute our water bodies, but man-made detergent pollute our water bodies. For example, soap nut and soap pot. And man-made detergents, it includes different kind of synthetic detergent. Okay student, let's see the answer again. The natural detergent made up of the naturally, man-made detergent made up of by human being. The natural detergent consists of saponin chemicals, but the man-made detergent consists of various kind of perfume, dyes, germicide, alcohol and anti-foaming agent. The natural detergents does not harm to our skin as well as our clothes, but man-made detergents can harm our skin as well as our clothes. Next point is, natural detergents cannot pollute our water bodies, but man-made detergents are easily polluted our water bodies. In the last point, you have to write some examples in natural detergents and man-made detergents. For example, soap nut and soap pot, and next man-made detergents, different synthetic detergent. Okay, likewise we have to solve question number 3, B, C and D question. Coming to the question number 4, explain why. In that the question is, soap cannot be used in hard water. Soap cannot be used in hard water. The answer of this question is, there are a different type of salt present in a hard water. This soap does not give a lather but a scum. Okay, due to the scum, soap loses its cleansing property. Therefore, soap cannot be used in hard water. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, या पद्धतीने आपण प्रकरण क्रमांक 15 संपवलेला आहे. प्रकरण क्रमांक 15 मध्ये आपण काय काय अभ्यास केलं की टूथपेस्ट मध्ये कोणकोणते घटक असतात आणि त्याचा कसा वापर केला जातो किंवा त्या घटकांचं महत्त्व काय असतं. त्यानंतर आपण डिटर्जंट्स म्हणजे काय, त्याच्यामध्ये असणारे घटक याचा अभ्यास केला. यानंतर आपण साबणामध्ये असणारे घटक याचा अभ्यास केला. आज आपण साबण कशा पद्धतीने तयार केला जातो, सिमेंटमध्ये कोणकोणते घटक असतात आणि त्याच्यामध्ये त्याचा रोल काय असतो, हे सगळा भाग अभ्यासला. काही प्रश्नोत्तरांची सुद्धा आज आपण चर्चा केलेली आहे. जसं की पहिल्या प्रश्नांची उत्तरं तुम्हाला कळाली असतील. प्रश्न दुसऱ्यामध्ये बघा, पहिलाच प्रश्न होता की डिटर्जंटच्या मदतीने आपण कपडे कसे स्वच्छ करू शकतो. यामध्ये महत्त्वाचा पॉईंट काय आहे की डिटर्जंटचे जे मॉलिक्यूल असतात ते लांब असतात आणि ते काय करू शकतात, तर एका टोकाला पाणी आणि दुसऱ्या टोकाला ऑइलचे मॉलिक्यूल होल्ड करू शकतात. या प्रॉपर्टीमुळेच शर्टावरती किंवा कपड्यावरती असणारे सगळे ऑइल पार्टिकल्स किंवा सगळी डस्ट किंवा सगळे सॉइल पार्टिकल हे इझिली पाण्यामध्ये डिझॉल्व्ह होतात आणि आपले कपडे स्वच्छ होतात. याच पद्धतीने तुम्ही उरलेल्या प्रश्नांची उत्तरे वहीमध्ये लिहायचे. त्यानंतर आपण प्रश्न तिसरा मधला पहिला प्रश्न बघितला की आपण नॅचरल डिटर्जंट्स आणि मॅनमेड डिटर्जंटमधला फरक अभ्यासला. याच पद्धतीने तुम्ही राहिलेले प्रश्नोत्तर सोडवणार आहात. त्यानंतर आपण प्रश्न 4 मध्ये कारणे द्या हा भाग होता. याच्यामध्ये आपण पाहिलं की हार्ड वॉटरमध्ये साबणाचा फेस का होत नाही, तर हार्ड वॉटरमध्ये आणखीन बरेचसे केमिकल्स असतात की ज्यामुळे साबणाचा फेस होत नाही. याच्यामध्ये काही रासायनिक अभिक्रिया होते की ज्यामुळे साबण आपली मूळचा गुणधर्म काय करतो, सोडून देतो, लूज होतो आणि त्यामुळे तिथे साबणाचा फेस जास्त होत नाही. Okay student, hope you understand today's point. Today we are completed this topic material we use. All of you solve the exercise in your notebook. Then see you in next video with next topic. Thank you.